Elsewhere, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has released the names of Kenyans who are still held in captivity in Tanzania. 3 among them, 2 who have been killed in the aftermath of the violence following the elections which led to the election of President Samia Suluhu Hassan for a second term. Brenda Wanga details as concerns are expressed over the uncertainty and the welfare of Kenyans and others who are still holed up in the aftermath of the polls in Tanzania, which has also seen opposition members locked up after the disqualification from the political contest.
The government admits that its citizens were caught up in the fracas that erupted in parts of Tanzania during and after the elections. 8 of the country's citizens were arrested and released without charge. However, Samuel Kagila, a tour operator, Stephen Dungu, a businessman, and George Madila Odhiambo are still in police custody in Arusha and Dar es Salaam, respectively. 2 other Kenyans, John Ogutu, a teacher, and Albert Kamala, a Kenyan of dual citizenship with Tanzania, were killed in the country.
A Kenyan by the name John Ogutu was shot dead on 29th October at around 7 p.m. in Goba Center, Ubungo district in Dar es Salaam. He was a teacher at Sky School's High Rabson. His body has not been traced to date.
The government's admission comes as the treason trial of Chadema's leader Tundu Lissu came up for hearing in Tanzania on Wednesday. The court was supposed to hear from a state witness from the security sector on condition of anonymity, but the opposition leader objected to that.
Lazima ile haki ya kusikilizwa kwa ukamilifu au usawa mbele ya sheria izingatiwe na kwamba haki ionekane inafanyika inatendeka. Hasa kama shahidi anafichwa hata jaji amuoni na amjui ni nani, inaweza kuwa hata mashahidi wa kubambikiza au mwingine wa mchongo ambao wanaweza kuingiza katika kivuli kile. Kwa hiyo upande pekee ambao unamfahamu ndio ilikuwa ni hoja ya mwenyekiti. Upande pekee katika kesi ambao unamfahamu shahidi huyo ni upande wa mashtaka.
The case was adjourned to a later date. This as the opposition party Chadema's leadership maintained that the government of the day will be held accountable for the atrocities committed against those deemed to be opposed to it.
Kwa hiyo hili jambo la watu wetu waliouawa, Watanzania waliouawa, hata nani ajidanganye, halitafichwa chini ya uvungu, haitakubalika. Hata mawe yatazungumza. Sisi historia yetu ni watu ambao tumepinga dhuluma dhidi ya binadamu.
Their sentiments come as the United Nations Human Rights Office raised concerns about Samia Suluhu's government's crackdown on perceived dissidents that included the mass killings, abductions and disappearances.
And that security forces have been seen removing bodies from streets and hospitals and taking them to undisclosed locations in an apparent attempt to conceal evidence. We strongly urge the Tanzanian authorities to provide information about the fate and whereabouts of all those missing and to hand over the bodies of those killed to their loved ones so that they can be given dignified burials.
Those atrocities are now becoming even clearer with first-hand narration from those fleeing persecution in Tanzania. A couple of Chadema officials seeking safety in Kenya say the situation in their country is getting worse by the day.
Ilifika hatua walikuwa hawaui watu tu ambao wameandamana. Kulikuwa na polisi na watu ambao wamevaa mavazi ya kawaida wanaenda kwenye nyumba za watu, wanagonga mlango, mnatoka nje, ukikutwa ni kijana unauawa. So ni zaidi ya maandamano.
Taifa letu linapita katika bonde la uvuli wa mauti. Utawala wa Rais Samia tangu alivyoingia madarakani umekuwa wa kinyama sana. Mamia ya vijana wa Tanzania wametekwa na wengine wameuawa kinyama sana.
At the same time, Kenya, alongside other leaders from the region, have been faulted for turning a blind eye to events unfolding in Tanzania.
And then you see what is going on in Kenya and what's going on in Tanzania. What else can you say? We are actually in pariah states. We are in states that are causing issues. There is no president in East Africa who has condemned Samira. Museveni has not condemned. It's a congratulatory message.
Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV.